So I'm just going to start talking because this is going to be quick. I'm kind of in and out of the chat, so if I miss anybody, I'm just going to say generalized hello. How's it going? Happy Monday. You had a great start to your week. Um, so I have a question for a person out there. And hey, Janelle. And it's a simple question, right? Hey, again. Hey, Fraudbusters. Hey, Mark. Good morning. It's a simple question, but it's going to require some self-awareness, right? And I don't know if there's a lot of that goes on around here. I think for myself sometimes, but we can try. Hey, Amy. So there's a creator on here who's married to an openly bisexual man who unfortunately has a history of some domestic violence. And this female has made it a not just a hobby, but a common practice, a daily practice to absolutely drag women like a misogynistic pig. All right, Janelle, sweetheart. Like a misogynistic pig. Okay, there's no other way to describe it. I tried to think of some other words before I started this, but that is the only way to describe this. I heard her this morning, talking about several different females. Let me preface this though with the fact that she is a she subscribes to more left-leaning politics. Okay, so you could say she's more on the liberal side of social issues and political issues. She is the parent of a child on the spectrum, I think, pretty sure, and she used to work. I don't know if she's currently working, but used to work with disabled adults in advocacy, areas of advocacy for them. So this is a person who you would think would have a lot of compassion and empathy for vulnerable individuals, for females, for minority groups. It just kind of goes with what's on paper with her. But her behavior says otherwise. Her behavior speaks very different of what she claims her political views are, her social views are. And so I've been thinking about this a lot today because, I mean, the projection is poetic. It's at poetic levels. I can't say I've seen anything like this before, like this bad. You would think so, right, Mark? It's like, that's like just common sense, but apparently common sense isn't common. So, we have to dissect everything down to the bare bones of what it actually is to our best ability. And I'm not a doctor or psychologist or trained in any of this shit. I just watch. And, so this morning I'm listening to her and it's just like she has a list of females that she's going to absolutely tear apart. Started with the one she started with, and I started listening. I'm just seeing her, she's popping pills and neglecting her children and, doing all these crimes, according to this woman, committing all these crimes, these very unpleasant things this woman's doing according to this other woman. And she moves on to the next one. And there's some chatter in the chat box, and they start talking. There's a stock account that comes in. They start talking about this woman's lady parts, right? And she chimes in with it and laughs about it. And then it goes to another female, and she, it's the same type of disgusting dialogue. And it goes to me, and she's alluding to the fact that I sold some sort of sex work online or images, or was a cam girl, and that I am what was her word she used to describe me? A sewer rat or something along those lines. I can't remember now. And basically alluding to the fact that if I've been abused, I asked for it because of the activities I've partaken in and all these nasty, nasty things. But meanwhile, here's the interesting thing, guys. Meanwhile, if you were to go and check out her husband's Twitter accounts, okay, they are literally, I mean very literal right now. They are pleading with YouTube to remove videos that are exploiting, condoning, or making light of domestic violence, sexual orientation, assaults upon vulnerable individuals. Hey, BP. So they're literally on their Twitter accounts begging and pleading with YouTube. What are you going to do? This is traumatizing us. There's my wife. She's a victim. That's ironically of the husband. But here she is. She's a victim. And these just absolutely agonizing tweets, right? To read. They're hard to read. YouTube, fix the system. Da, da, da. I agree with them on that. YouTube has broken terms of service system. It doesn't work. And the things that they do remove channels and videos for are stupid. They leave out the bad shit, take away the, it's kind of like, eh. So there's these tweets, and they're begging and pleading with Team YouTube to remove. Here's a real doozy. What if you were to remove the specific names from these tweets and everything else? They were begging Team YouTube to remove from this platform their very behavior. Imagine that. They're begging Team YouTube to remove things from the platform that are identical to what you could say their content is on a daily basis. So, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about this. I'm like, well, like when I act like a shithead, which I do sometimes, I'm really well aware of it. Like I get it. I know I'm being a shithead. Maybe I'm intentionally being a shithead. Who knows? Depends on what the situation is. But I'm aware, right? So if me being a shithead comes up down the line, if I deny my shitheadiness, it's kind of like a bad form, right? You either own it or you don't do it. That's my opinion. If you're going to be a jerk, own it. See, she doesn't own it. And she just doubles down on a daily basis. And it's a contradictory sentence. Every other sentence out of this woman's mouth. It's maddening. It's frustrating. I mean, it is just like the most asinine thing I've seen in my life. And then on top of it, she's shrill and she yells and she's like a banshee. It's just ridiculous. So Kim, I have a very important question for you. Okay, are you a victim, or are you a perpetrator, or are you just so drowning in your own self-loathing, or your own life right now that you are just projecting this outward because you can't deal with it internally? What's your deal, lady? Hmm? There's actually a creator on here who posted a video of her adult daughter explaining to this woman named Kim that she has a good mom who doesn't pop pills and who's been there for her whole life and who raised a good daughter. This woman's adult daughter felt compelled to go and make a video to explain to everybody that she adores her mother. That's sad. It's not sad for the person whose daughter who did that. It's sad for the people who were shaming this woman so badly. And what was her big crime that she committed? No, she just decided, she said something critical about another creator they support. Oh, how dare she? Hey, Caroline, how dare she say something critical? I'm not talking shit talking or negative or dragging. I say critical, I mean critical. It was just constructive criticism. Constructive criticism. So there's somebody who did a live stream. It's called Why Do Abused Women Abuse Women? And I found that to be really interesting. Because why do we? Why do women who've been through abuse abuse other women? There's a lot of answers to that, I suppose. But Kim's a really interesting case because she is just completely unhinged and she just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And her targets are always females. She's almost like, I mean, this is kind of a shitty comparison, but she's almost kind of like, you guys remember, is anybody familiar with Tom Likas? Anyone know who Tom Likas is? She's like the liberal female version of Tom Likas, if you can even imagine that existing. It's fucking embarrassing for her. So I'm going to wrap this up here in just a minute or two, but I have a couple questions for you, Kim. Why do you behave in a manner that you, on the other hand, plead to have removed from this platform when you feel it's towards you? Why do you shame people for the very things that you are experiencing and living in life? Why are you so hateful towards women who haven't done anything to you, personally? I think you need to take a really long, good, hard look at yourself and your situation you're in. And I empathize with you. I actually have a lot of compassion for you, believe it or not. I'm not going to state why, because I'm not going to shame you or ridicule you or exploit anything or say anything that's inappropriate towards you that might be detrimental. But girl, what you're doing right now isn't going to fix anything, okay? You know what I mean? Tom Likas was? Was he really? I didn't know that. We're talking about the guy who, the kind of misogynistic, don't date single moms, that guy. It's funny. But, Kim, what you're doing isn't going to fix anything that you're struggling with personally, right? I know this because I've been there, okay? Hey, what's up? You projecting outward on everybody else around you, especially females. All you're doing is you are suppressing your own issues and you're making the load you're carrying around a hell of a lot bigger. Attacking other people isn't going to fix the shit that you have going on in your private life. And I find it incredibly insulting for you to drag and shame females, me included, in the manner that you do, being who you claim you are. You're phony. You're a fraud. You're faking it to make it, right? You're just trying to get by every day. So you have to put on this fucking mask and this facade, and it's disgusting, Kim. It's disgusting. You're supposedly this educated female. You finished law school. You're an advocate. You're all these things you claim to be. You're none of those things, Kim. You know what you are? You're a weak ass abuser. You abuse people online daily. Females have done nothing to you. None of these issues you have with these women have anything personally to do with you. You're showboating for other people. It's disgusting. Yeah, that guy. That's a really, really, really good point. And that very well could be it, or it could be a tactic of look over here and not at us. You know what I mean? Look at all these bad people all around us. Don't pay attention to the couple behind the curtain. But that's a really good point, Luva. It's a really good point, actually. Whatever it is they're doing, whether it's conscious or subconsciously, I can say that it's clearly unhealthy. It's clearly deflection and projecting and distracting, right? But it's gross. It's absolutely sickening. The shit I have seen this female say the past couple days, all day today, really, was so offensive. No, they're not well liked, but the problem is they're joining up with they have embraced a group of people who will accept anything as long as they go along and follow suit with their dear leader. So it emboldens them. Hey, Two Fly. Right, so they're emboldened now by this false sense of structure and community and foundation, and she in particular is getting worse and worse and worse. You get the most up when you speak about that. Oh, that's interesting. Crafton's just crafting. He's a douche, whatever. But Kim, according to her, Kim has the experience and education and the background and the knowledge to such a nth degree, right, that she should be and know and do better, just automatically, just in her own sense of self. She should just be fucking better. But she chooses to be a shitbag every day on the internet. Why, Kim? See, because you might want to drag me or go on your Patreon and dox people and do all this weird shit you do. At the end of the day, this is your legacy. I mean, you worked for some politicians, some crooked politician. What do you fucking do? He has an advocacy job or, disabled adults. I don't think you have that job anymore, honestly. When do you go to work? Last time, you sit online with Auntie all day and you draw pictures of Angela as a fucking potato, and then you drag people. She's book smart. She's not intelligent. Kim has the ability to follow through and complete things, right? Which is something I don't. So I'm not good at finishing things. Kim is not intelligent though. I mean, there's a reason why she never passed the bar exam or never even took it. And being book smart and being intelligent are two different things. I mean, you know what's funny? Maybe I have a lot of after the fact thumbs up. There's not the people aren't pleased enough during the stream to hit the thumbs up, which I'm okay with. My channel's not. I'm not making money on this really. I'm not trying to really grow or anything. I'm just trying to talk every now and then. I'll get back to my art someday. But yeah, I don't know. This woman's a trip, man. I didn't like her husband out of the gate. You think so? They do have a lot. You know what's funny you say that, Lufa, because I was looking around in there the other day, not in their house. I wasn't like remote viewing them, but when they were live, I was kind of looking around, and it's like they're organized, sturdy. So does that make sense? So like their things are tidy, like so they're all in their place, but it's not clean. Like there's probably a lot of dust and shit. Maybe if they just face the music and accepted the fact that they have issues to work out and worked on themselves. I don't know. I don't know. I went from 6 to 14. Oh well, thank you. Waiting for voices to turn. Now here's an interesting thing with that though, Caroline. See, because I think that voices knows a little bit too much about them personally, so they can't. They can't. That falling out can't happen. It's like a symbiotic relationship at this place. I mean, at this point, maybe voices doesn't give a crap. Maybe but they will do their darndest not to let that happen, right? Because they're on that long sailboat trip down the denial. That's your point. Yeah, exactly. I don't even like when people get exploited, especially when it's in vulnerable situations. Man, it's like the problem is, and I state this almost every time I go live, and I'll just state it again because it's really important, you guys. The problem is when we push that envelope and keep pushing it, and there's no pushback from our peers. When we keep towing that line of, how low we go with people and how cruel we get and how, much we disrespect their privacy or their, them as a human or whatever. The less pushback people are given on that, the worse and worse it's going to get. And you have a massive group of growing of people who are pushing that envelope and it's teetering. You know what I mean? Like they are now accepting things that I can say when I met them almost a year ago now. I didn't see people behaving like this, Clutter can also be a sign of depression. I know when I get really depressed, I can get incredibly cluttered because the smallest task seems very overwhelming, especially self-care type things, So it can also be a massive sign of depression. I had a particular problem with laundry. I don't know why. Laundry's hard for me to get done. I'm depressed. Hey, Kara. Money, $sign. How are you? Oh my God, I'm so ADD. Somebody drops a $sign in the chat. I'm like, are you offering me money? Never cared for the stuff. Well, John tends. Oh, Caroline, is that you? Now I know you. Okay, K Rock. We have a radio station out here called K Rock. So I was lost. I was like, is this some type of contest? Such an idiot. No. You're a Magway? Damn, Luther. I didn't know you were the top tier. My gosh, I should be singing you songs every week and sending you pictures and shit like that. I already won. Well, shit. Oh, it's Rob. Hi, Rob. Rob. Oh, help me out here. Hey, Joe. What did I win, Rob? I definitely didn't win the internet. Oh, Caroline. Well, what's so funny is I think she might have emailed me the other day. Did you ever participate in Tom Leykis' Flash Fridays? No. I would have been a minor. When Tom Leykis was on air, I mean, at least from what I remember, I was in like junior high. Hi, Rob. Yeah, I was in junior high. What's up? I think your house states that you're a mentally sound and stable and responsible person. I've known you long enough now to say that's probably what that means. OCD control freak. No. Everything good I ever did and everything bad. Here. Well, that's the case. Oh, Santa's friend. Who's Santa? Oh. Okay. Politics around here get complicated because I don't know everybody and I'm not familiar with some things, but I am familiar with. Okay, we'll do it like this. I'll get all creepy. So what brings you here, Rob? what are your intentions in participating in my chat this evening? Better than that, that's true. That is true. Polite text. I'm trying to be diplomatic, Rob, because if Santa's the one I'm thinking of, I don't know. Jamie, ASMR bacon. Oh, well, I don't have any bacon. Hold on. I'm just gonna do that. Sorry about that. No hard feelings, Rob, but if Santa's who I'm thinking, Robert Pierce. So he doesn't have to dox yourself, dude. I just blocked you. I'm just gonna remove that. I don't know how to remove it from StreamYard. It's my phone. Okay, well, we'll just pin it instead. How about that? Oh, so that is who K-Rock is, everybody. She's Lana's bulldog. Lana. Oh. Yeah, that gets a little tricky over here. I don't know anything about anything. you guys remember, what was that skit on In Living Color? What was her name? Miss Jensen or something like that? Or no, she's not Miss Jensen. She talked to Miss Jensen. Did you hear about so-and-so in apartment number 5? Oh, I ain't touching none of that Lana shit. No, girl, you didn't hear nothing from me. I'm staying away, far, far away from that Lana shit. No, thank you. Yes. Nope, 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 nope. No, thank you. So, no offense, Rob, but, you got some goofy shit going on in your corner of the internet. I got enough goofy shit here on my own. I don't want to merge our goofy shit together. So there's that. and so, everybody, that's how you make friends on YouTube. How to make friends and meet new people on YouTube. There you go. You need a landscaper. What if I told you I'm a landscaper, Luca? I'm not, but I love gardening. Love it. Yeah. Is the snow gone? You know what? I've meant to ask you too. Is the snow gone yet, or is the snow still there? Oh, I see what's going on here. So, because I was talking about Kim, it rolled downhill somewhere down some weird path that wound up in Lana and Rob's backyard, right? And so, is that why they're over here? I'd rather not be around people yet. The snow's gone there. I see what's going on here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, thank you. Sorry. I think you're all a bunch of weirdos, to be honest with you. I do have to say this, though. I did happen to watch that Lana Chick's her big reveal, her big reveal stream of when her court case was over. Which I mean, I actually listened to part of that just because the woman who read the documents, her voice was so mesmerizing. It was like she was reading like some erotica or something. But if anybody really listened to what that judge said in that court order, I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but I'm a glutton for punishment and bad decisions, so I'm just gonna comment. That judge actually stated that he found that both parties were at fault. And why? And this was an important lesson to be learned from that whole scenario, because they mutually engaged with one another. When you go back and forth for so long, the lines become really blurred as to who the aggressor is. So even though Lana was the one that took this woman to court, whomever it was, I don't know the details, but from what the judge stated was, she wasn't really being looking like a victim. There was just one incident, I think, that happened, but they weren't even able to prove that kind of made this judge give her that protection order or whatever, something about a glitter dick. I don't know. I don't quote me on this. You guys probably know better than me, but it was that point of potential physical, like, mailing things or whatever had happened. Allegedly, I don't even know if this happened or not. I mean, I would have got a glitter dick in the mail. It might have been, it might have been stoked. Like, look at this, but regardless, the judge pointed out the very common sense fact that, when you go back and forth, there's no reasonable duress from either party. It's mutual engagement, so, but that wasn't the story. Until when she first started her intro to this big reveal of this court, ruling, she was playing, she was playing an extremely long clip from Rocky. And I was sitting there and watching this. I'm like, this is how this woman sees herself right now. Like, it was just such a weird comparison. But like, okay, you just got a protective order, but you're opening up your big announcement with Rocky. Like, how does that correlate? It was so weird. Pretty Snow's left. Oh, your ducks are back. No offense, Lana, or anything. I just kind of thought, that was a little bit cheesy. I don't know. If you're apparently afraid for your life, like, yeah, I don't know, you don't. That was very noodle mash of her. Let's just put it that way. Are they related? Are her noodle related? I think they might be. She bought Crafton's laptop. Oh, God, is that like a Hunter Biden shit going on there? Weird. I wonder. I would need a hazmat suit to touch that thing. Did I ever tell you about a white punch? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, God, aren't they the best, Luca? They're so funny. I don't know what kind of creatures these are, because I'm convinced they're not fully dog. They're like woodland creatures. Like, I was seriously considering last night, like, he might be part fox. They don't act like dogs. They're just so bizarre. Look, I'm going to post on my community wall. Teddy only eats dog kibble when he'll eat it. He'll only eat it on a paper plate, and he eats exactly half of the plate of kibble. So he'll organize it so it's in a perfect circle, and then he will eat only half of that circle. I mean, precisely. It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. He does it every single time. I have hundreds of pictures of paper plates with a half circle of kibble on it. It's so weird. Oh, God, I hear him mouth breathing. He's coming. See, he knew I was talking about him. Stay over there. That's when he came out as spy. Hear him mouth breathing? See, he knew I was talking about him. You're such a creep. What are you doing? You can't get in my lap right now, buddy. Here comes Tippy Toad. Okay, hello. You just came to mouth breathe. They are so picky, right? Like, this dog is not food motivated. And like, he likes the weirdest. Okay, no, see, this is why you can't sit in my lap when I do this. No, did you just burped my face? Okay, go away now. That was gross. Go away. We'll cuddle later. Go in. Couple more minutes. He's not going. Oh, I'm sorry, Luca. Yeah, you know what? Teddy got out the front door the other day, Luca. Somebody. That's funny. I left it open, and he ran away from me for a minute, and I didn't realize the front door was open. And I got up probably about 10, 15 minutes after he took off from me, thinking it's weird because this dog flew to my hip, right? And that's kind of like Teddy, Luca. He's not a friendly dog, that's for sure. Like, people go, oh, he's so cute. And like, I take him places. Oh, look at your cute puppy. It's like, no, he's not nice. So I get up and I'm about to go upstairs, and I notice the front door's wide open. And I'm like, oh my God, he's gone. It was night. So he'll pet me. I'm just like, well, you're frisky tonight, sir. And I'm like thinking, he's gone. It's dark. It's late. It's been 10, 15 minutes. And I go into full blown meltdown. I'm talking like wailing, Teddy. I think I only got about 3 teddies out, like bellowing. It was like the people heard me probably from house. That dog came running back in that front door so fast. so fast. I mean, I must have, and the funniest thing is he didn't even run up to me. I think I scared the shit out of him because he ran in the front door right behind me and up the stairs. He was like, oh, hell no, I'm not even dealing with this shit. Oh, you did? Oh, God, yeah, I've had one other situation with Teddy like this. And it was a rainstorm. And there's a lot of property. I lived in 10 acres and there was mountain lions and coyotes and the lightning scared him. And he took off. And I was like, okay, there's a good chance I'm going to get killed if I go looking for him. But I was like, fuck it. So I got a flashlight and I found him. Um, Pretty quickly. He's smart. Is Teddy's good thing. He's incredibly smart. He got out when he was a very young puppy from the backyard. I took my kids to go jump at a trampoline park, and I knew I shouldn't have left the back door open. I knew there's another dog. He has to go out, and so against my better judgment, I left it open. And when I came home, he wasn't in the backyard. I went right out there first because he was tiny, teeny tiny. This dog was only maybe 5 months old, 4 months old at the time. He's a little squirt. And that little bugger, being so young though, you know what he did? He went and hid. I have like water fountain by my front door. He was hiding under the fountain. He knew not to run away. He got out. He got nervous, and he stayed right there, the front door. I mean, we were gone for hours. The Bella Rat was $100. Oh, was she okay when you found her? What was her name? Did you say her name? I missed it. No, you didn't. Oh, are you in Hawaii? My older son lives in Hawaii. He's on the Big Island. Bella. Oh, Bella. Oh, Levi, I can't. I'm so sorry, hon. I totally get that. This dog is like my best friend, literally. Like he's like my best. He is glued to my hip. Like if he's not right here, I can hear him mouth breathing. And they're funny because they're not the easiest dogs to keep, right? Like this isn't an easy pet. They're demanding. They're like having a forever toddler. You know, they don't necessarily potty train all the way. Hey, Solo. You know, they're picky eaters. Some of them are mean. Their fur is a nightmare. So does Teddy. He goes everywhere with me, literally. Literally, he goes everywhere. And he's good. He's good when I take him places. He's good in the car. He just likes going with me, you know. I had him out at the desert. If I was out in Ocotillo Wells with the boys there riding their dirt bikes and stuff. And Teddy's like part mountain goat because he was scaling these rocks that were like completely vertical. I mean, with his toes. And then he gets to the top of his like Lion King. It was the funniest thing. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, dude? He's like, scaling this vertical, rock. I had him up in Northern California one time. I put him on a boogie board in like ankle high wake, just shore break. I shit you not. I have witnesses that can confirm this for me. Can testify to this. That little son of a bitch rode a boogie board all the way into the shore. I mean, this was a really long shore. I was up in Crescent City in this little cove and we were surfing. I was like, I wonder. He loves the ocean. He loves the water. He was running. I'm like, I wonder if this little stinker would ride a boogie board. Like sit on this board and ride it in the wake. Just like the shore, the whitewash. And he did. That little booger rode it all the way in. People on the beach were like, what? Oh yeah, yeah, like a 2-year-old. See, he's pretty attached to me, so he won't necessarily wander off, but he will. Like, so he'll throw a tantrum because I'm not walking with him, and then he'll, it's like a defiant wandering off. But he's so attached that he won't go too far. Oh, you're in Maui. I love Maui's beautiful. That's probably my favorite island. Too many howlies. Yeah, I have a handful of friends in Oahu. My son's in the Big Island. Kind of near. Well, he wasn't Captain Cook, but there's too much of a jungle up there. I think he's closer to Kona now. It was like taking a cat camping, right? The one thing I'll give him credit for, he's pretty good with stuff. Like he can handle loud dirt bikes. He doesn't freak out. He doesn't like fireworks. So fireworks scare the shit out of him. And gunshots he doesn't do well with. Like he's terrified. But he can handle loud dirt bikes. He can handle long car rides. Hotels, he's good. Walking him around like people and stuff, he's pretty good. His biggest problem is he's picky when eating, and then when people come over, he's a fucking nightmare. He just doesn't. He barks and barks. It's like, I don't know what to do about it. It's really annoying. And his potty training, I don't know. I had him in diapers forever, but that didn't do shit. He's not peeing in the house. It's just he likes to poop in this one spot on these stairs. It's really weird. It's like he knows he's not supposed to. I don't know. Maybe their internal organs are so little that he can't hold it. How'd I get on dog poop? But I would take all those silly behaviors and I would deal with them. Oh yeah, that was yours. So Bella was like that too. Would she hug you, Lufa? He gives me hugs. He like puts his little 6-inch long arms around my neck and he squeezes, and they're long hugs too. So sweet. Why don't you get another one, Lufa? Maybe you should get another little girl. And she would try and kiss you. Yeah, yeah. There's definitely a personality to this particular breed of dog. That's for sure. Like they have very specific traits that I don't. I'm gonna post these kibble plate pictures out. You'll crack up. And he won't eat the kibble off anything except a paper plate. I could give it to him in a gold flaked bowl. He wouldn't eat it. It has to be a paper plate. So he's such a weirdo. OCD. Would she try and kill her babies? Because he has this weird ritual too. After he eats, he finds one of his babies and he like literally attention Hallies. If you come to Hawaii, do not ask us where the pineapple trees are. They don't. Pineapples grow on the ground. Yeah, they do. They do. Pineapple's almost like a succulent. I actually didn't even know that totally not that long ago. Another dog, he's old. I just can't listen to them. It's the worst. Yeah, I understand that. Totally get it, girl. Totally get it. He had a blockage. Teddy had an intestinal blockage back in, gosh, when was this? Let's say December-ish, for about a week. And I mean, it was bad. And I didn't think he was going to be able to pass it. And yeah, it was really bad. Finally, like I think it was like day 5, he finally pooped. I've never been so happy from dog poop in my house in my life. That's so cute. So cute. Yeah, you know, up until about, I don't know, like a year ago, I thought they were like coconuts too. Oh, I'm sorry, Solo. God, losing these little buddies is so hard because their souls are just so pure. Can't argue with that. What's that? Can't argue that fact with you. Yeah, the brutal stream tonight. What's up? It was pretty gnarly. But they don't grow in cans. No, I know they don't grow in cans. Test. Teacups. Test. Oh my God, your name is funny. All right, guys, I pooped. I'm trying to get spring cleaning done, and it's hard for me right now because I need to get rid of things, and I just need to like bite the bullet and do it. I have too much stuff. I have way too much stuff. It's bogging me down. It's like stressful having all this shit. Like it's this stuff, you know. I just need to start like really just like, okay, if I haven't used it in 6 months, if it's not seasonal, gone. I'm not going to use it. See you. And if I need it, then I'll buy a new one. So I'm trying to get in that zone. I need to watch some of those extreme. It's pronounced in the Greek. Oh, testicles. Testicles. Oh, testicles. Oh, testicles. I thought it was just like a quirky, like a kind of a silly way of saying testicles, but I could be wrong. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go and poop, and I'll just keep rambling. So have a good Tuesday, please, and I'll see you guys next time.